were on the airport, on the runway at Luton Airport, and we were being transferred from the bus to the plane. I could not believe my senses when I could smell cigarette smoke. And I'm looking around. I've been in the oil industry for circa 10 years, and I'm looking around, and there's a passenger holding his son, maybe of 4 years age, his hand, and smoking in the other hand while we're walking from the bus to the plane. Just incredible. A couple of seconds later, the ground staff, a lady from the ground staff, came running over, grabbed the cigarette out of his hand, stamped it out, and was extremely concerned for everyone's safety getting onto the flight and other aircrafts. The aircraft was refueling at the time, and there was just a little bit of chaos, a little bit of panic. The passenger started almost shouting back at her, and then a couple of seconds later, she ran up the stairs to get the pilot and asked the pilot the question, "Are you happy to take this passenger?" Without even thinking, he said no. Then she went back down to the family. There was it looked like his wife, son, and maybe mother, his mother, or the kid's grandmother, and then asked the question, "Do you want to travel with, you can either travel on your own, the three of you, or you go back in the bus with the gentleman?" And they all said, "No, we'll travel without him." And he kind of had this little bit of walk of shame back from the flight, or from the aircraft, back on the runway, back to the bus, and that was it.
People were saying, as I heard, that literally that they were worried that they could have blown everybody up. I mean, there was a strong smell of aviation fuel. I suspect they would have been refueling, or perhaps just refueled. As somebody who works in that kind of industry, knowledge of how dangerous an environment that is, what thoughts did it put through your head?
Oh, it just could have been catastrophic. I was, as I said, I just could not believe what I was smelling. I almost did a double take. And then I saw it with my own eyes, and it just, it could have just been, we're all okay, but not really worth thinking about. But yeah, very concerning, but nice to see that the ground staff dealt with it extremely quickly, and there was zero tolerance from the pilot, which is also, as a passenger, good to see.
You almost answered my next question, because what I was going to say is, having spoken to the staff on board, they said this is an incident that rarely happens. In fact, the head cabin crew member on board today said she's never seen it in her life, and she's been flying for over 20 years, but it is something they take extremely seriously, and we did see a real example of them acting very quickly and very efficiently today, didn't we?
Yeah, for sure. And again, in my experience, whether it's fuel retail or more midstream with large cargoes on the water, fuel vessels, etc., again, I've never seen anything like that in my career, but as a passenger on the flight, it was very pleasing to see such a quick response and literally zero tolerance.
I guess you're feeling quite happy to have your feet back on the ground here in Geneva.
Back on the ground in Geneva, and now I can crack on with today's work.